Now this is really deep. This second part of what we're talking about here on the subject matter of us being the people of God that we read about in this book all the time. We still don't want to believe that that's us. However, I'm going to start the second chapter at the 25th verse. It says, withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst. But thou saidest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them will I go. And this is what God is saying that we have done to him. You know, we said that there's no hope. You know, and that's how people really feel when they unalive themselves is they don't have no hope. Whatever it is bothering them. But that's denying, totally denying what God is and how he works. Okay? So what we have to do is just really trust in him no matter what it is that we're going through. Verse 26. As the thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets, saying to a stock, like the lamb or the goat or the bull, thou art my father, and to a stone, like the idols and the things that they make out of rock, thou hast brought me forth. For they have turned their back unto me and not their face. But in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us. And ain't that typical of man? I mean, as many family members as we have that we don't hear from until there's a trouble or there's a problem, and then they calling us to see if they can get some help. But otherwise, haven't contacted us for anything, for nothing. And that's how we do God. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise. If they can save thee in the time of thy trouble, for according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Wherefore will ye plead with me? Why are you calling me? What you calling me for? Ye all have transgressed against me, saith the Lord. In vain have I smitten your children. They received no correction. Your own sword have devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. O generation, see ye the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my wherefore say my people, we are lords, we will come no more unto thee. And ain't that typical too? We got people today that want us to call them king. They want us to call them whatever it is they want us to call them. And we're not trying to call them that. No Lord or no king or no God. That's just not our role. Can a maid forget her ornaments or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou taught the wicked ones thy ways. Also in thy skirts is found the blood of the souls of the poor innocent. I have not found it by secret search, but upon all these. Yet thou sayest, because I am innocent, surely his anger will turn from me. Behold, I will plead with thee, because thou sayest, I have not sinned. Why gaddest thou about so much to change thy way? Thou also shalt be ashamed of Egypt, as thou wast ashamed of Assyria. Yea, thou shalt go forth from him, and thy hands upon thine head, for the Lord hath rejected thy confidences, and thou shalt not prosper in them. So where your hands gonna be? Upon thy head. You're under arrest. Put your hands on top of your head. You're gonna be in trouble. So that is the second portion of this, and that's like 6 minutes. I get 10 on the TikTok. And I just want people to understand there is no getting rid of our history. We got to stop believing the lies and know our history, because our history tells us then, past, now, present, and future. So, if you want to know, here's the place to go. Simple. Why else wouldn't they want us studying this? Why else would they set up institutions where who we are never comes into play? Who's in this book never comes out. I want to know where the church is that keeps saying that we the children of Israel, because they changed that to say we're Christians. We're following something else when we can follow Jesus Christ, but not as Christians. We need to follow Jesus Christ and follow what he did, follow who he was. And we know what tribe he come from. We know all of that. And we still are the ones that deny him. And I don't care how much you read this book, what you're going to be reading is how we deny God on every turn. With all the miracles and everything that he did and took care of us the way he did, the first thing we did was put him aside. Father, we don't want you. We want a king. We want somebody down here with us. And he did it once again. He gave Israel a wicked king. And today is no different. You have gotten what you have asked for. So don't be asking God to change you, because he's not going to do it. You put your foot into this, it's your turn to deal with this. It's your turn. Don't call him. What we need to do as a people, the melanated people, and as many whiteys as desire, you need to get yourself right with God. And I can't make that about just me and mine, or melanated people, my sisters and my brothers. Because YT is also, according to this book, my brother. So we need to figure out how we get back to God and stay there. And don't even worry about what brother is doing, because he's in God's plan. God got him in his hand. He's not going to come out good. So let him do what he's going to do. And we get our relationship back together with God. Peace out. Twice, TikTok. So now that was 10 minutes for TikTok, and uh, I'm hearing all this in my ear on that other one. But we need to affirm, confirm our return to the Father. And we need to do that right away because we're thinking that all of this stuff that's happening is just something else that's happening that'll pass. For instance, we got 3 years and a few months, couple of months for the administration that's in office right now, and we think, well, once we get all of them people out of office, and then we'll get things back to running again. But see, that's a lie because it took years and years to be where America is today. Hundreds of years, and it's all being destroyed in a matter of four years, because it's not over. It's not over. Whatever has been slowed down only means it hasn't stopped. It may be have slowed down a little bit, but it has not stopped. And it's not going to stop either. It's not going to stop. When it finally does stop, it'll be like trying to finally stop a train that's running full speed that needs 3 blocks to stop, and you finna try to stop it at one. That's like that speeding car going around a corner uh, uh, too fast, and ain't nothing uh, right into the wall. And that's where we headed, right into the wall. But we don't have to be a part of that. We just have to sync ourselves with God. Do what's right. Do what's good. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You can make light of that if you want to. That's okay. But you shouldn't make light of that for the simple reason it's all in the plan. See, you're in the plan too. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What can you do to stop what's going on right now? What? You think you could protest? That's gonna stop something? You think you can burn some stuff down? You think that's gonna stop something? Because all of that has been done before, and it didn't stop nothing. You know that song the Temptations made, and the band plays on. And that's where we at right now. With all the calamity and stuff that's going on, you know what I mean? Oh, wow. Now somebody's trying to, no. So, what we need to do is to continue to do what we need to do, and don't let nothing change us from what we're doing. And right now, we're not out in the street with flags and signs like we stupid, and we got to go that far back to get something done that didn't get very much done when it was done that far back. So why go back to that? It's time for us to unify and know that we are a power. But we're not no power if we're not together. So we need to know, and we need everybody to know, to come together because we are a force to be reckoned with. If we say don't shop, don't shop. If we say don't no Christmas, no Christmas. Start buying your kids some stuff right now, so when Christmas come up, they won't be missing it, like so many of them have. You know, like Biggie said, "Why Christmas missed us?" You know, which was a big lie. If you naughty, you don't get nothing. If you nice, you get something. And all the people that was the naughtiest in the world was getting everything. So you know that was a lie. So we want to get out of all the lies. We know that the Bible talks about the Christmas tree or the tree that they go in the forest and cut out and deck it with silver and gold, blah, 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 blah. So we know that ain't no rabbit out there laying no eggs. So why do we have our children out there uh, hunting for Easter eggs? It's all about the money. Halloween, it's all about the money and some other stuff. All of it is about the money. So now if we keep on feeding them the money, we need to quit complaining. If we are in control of the vehicle as much as we think we are, then we need to drive on or get out the driver's seat. Unity is our weapon of war. Nobody got to get shot. Nobody got to get hit upside the head with no rubber bullets, bit by a dog, run over by some idiot that want to drive through the crowd. We don't have to be out there to deal with that. We've come way too far to go back to doing something that took way too long to get a response. Now, if we start hitting them in the pocket and don't do none of this celebrating, they'll figure something else out. They already went up on everything anyway. So what do we have to lose? We don't have anything to lose and everything to gain if we stick together. And that's all we got to do. And then they going to come and pick out who they think the leaders are. But if we all together, it's like that movie with that guy that had that white mask on with the big old smile on his face. Not the Joker, that other guy. Well, when they walked in and asked for Mr. Land, everybody stood up and said, "I'm Mr. Land." Oh, I'm Mr. Land. Oh, I'm Mr. Land. Because you cannot break off everybody. But you can slow us down by taking out one. But if there are many of us, there is no taking out one and stopping a million. It just don't work like that. But if we all out there in the street and we being guided by somebody on how we gonna do this, the minute they knock him off, there go our platform, there go our leader, blah, 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 and then we got to start all over again. This way, if we unite like that, we don't ever have to stop, or we don't have to start all over again. And if we do, it's because they'll say your money ain't no good no more. And when they say our money isn't any good anymore, neither is theirs. So yeah, let's stay on that wall. How about we do that? Let's stay on that wall until it's finished. And we withhold our money that we do have. Because they trying to take away from the poor when the poor are the ones who's making it easy for them to live good. So let's hit them back. Let's hit them where they figure they would keep hitting us. Okay? Now that's a 20-minute spiel that I did after reading Jeremiah on how we ought to come together and unite. Because these are the last days we're living in, and it will happen. Things in this world that we live in now are about to crumble from the top down. And it's all being caused from the top. In every country, wherever there's this kind of stuff going on, is people at the top trying to tear it down and make it what they want it to be. So, not too much we can do about that because we're not assassinators, we're not killers, we're not murderers to go out there and murder their leaders or who they chose to be their leaders. Let them do it. They do a pretty good job of it. So let them do it because we don't have to do it. And the reason we don't have to do it, this is not our fight. We did not start this. We did not promote this. Some of us went out there and voted the wrong way, thought we were smart, and now they see. Had a whole Chicago talking about they was gonna change over and do this because the Democrats did it. Neither one of those parties mean anything good for us. One party means us real bad, and the other party just don't mean us no good. So what good is either party or a king when they not for us and we ain't for them? So let's be for each other. Let's be for each other. You know, I saw something today that lit my heart up. The Native Americans, as they are called today, are asking for African Americans to join them. And that's not something that hasn't happened before. Okay? And I love that we need to do that. There's so many things that we need to do. It's just time is relevant. We need to shop black owned, black operated. Even we don't like the people. Even we go in there and they ain't nice. Just tell the owners. Cause you gonna always and then if the owners ain't nice, you don't have to go back there. That's how that works. But we need to shop with each other. We need to exchange money with each other. And I want to say this and then I'm going to stop. But, you know, we exchange a lot of money in the neighborhood to those freelancers that's out there. Whatever they are. And they're making good money. And they're making that money from the people who are in the community. And some come from outside the community. So we need to have all our freelancers uh, throw a block party. Throw a party for everybody. Anybody can come through. And if they come through and start some spit back at them. But if we all come together with some peace, man, towards each other, this would totally confound our enemies. They would be biting off their toenails, let alone because they won't have no fingernails left. They'll be scared and nervous and don't know what to do. And if the Hispanics start coming out and doing the same thing, and then the Orientals come out and doing the same thing, And then the Somalis come out and doing the same thing. And then our African brothers come out doing the same thing. How much more of the same thing do I have to say the same thing? Unity is our weapon of war. And if we just put down those weapons against each other, we will love the end result. We would love the end result. We could go back to having open block parties where we got everything shut down and we out there having a good time, and we could be out there praising God and having a good time. Showing our young people how to be better than us. And that should be what the goal is. We should see all the churches that are run by black people start telling everybody, hey y'all, the, this book is talking about us. We got to really get ourselves right with God. And the only way to do that is to get ourselves right with people in the community. That's the only way. Ain't no just come out and join us. Man. But come out and show us that you with us. Come out and admit that, yeah, maybe we should have been telling everybody that all these years the slaves over here were the children of Israel. All of them. And until the churches come out and say that, I'm like Jesus on that tip. I'm not going nowhere near one. If they ain't doing and they ain't telling the truth, I can't be caught up in that. Sorry. 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 Nope, I won't be caught up in that. And if I'm wrong for that, then I'll be caught up in that. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And when I do, if I do decide to go into a church, it's gonna have these powerful entities working in them. They're gonna have a prison ministry, regular, without flaw. They're gonna have a ministry for the elderly, regularly, without flaw. They're gonna have a ministry for the children, without, man, a real church. We'll be so busy in that church doing so much stuff, we'll have to set a time to have scripture. And if we can't be together having scriptures on a given day, then we'll have it some other kind of way. Because you never know when you won't be able to get out to get to a building. So I'm just saying, it's time for us to come together and stand like the fence that we are. And with the fence of our defense, the wind can blow as hard as it wants to. It won't blow us down. So come on, think about it. Why would they keep this from us for so long? Why would they set up a whole organization to tell us stories about Israel and not tell us that that's who the stories are about? Because they know that once we really all find out who we really are, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a super mess coming back to take his own out of this calamity. Okay? Okay? One more time. Peace out.